Hi everybody and welcome to Heel Heat. My name is George Coles, and on this episode, we're doing How I Would Have Booked. The topic for this How I Would Have Booked, Vickie Guerrero's WWE return. And this is something that, quote unquote, at the time of this video, might happen in the future. It hasn't happened, so I'm predicting something for the future, not going back to the past. And the reason why I'm doing this, just a few days ago, at the time of this recording, for the season premiere of SmackDown, Vickie Guerrero was one of the luminaries that was in the crowd. Her, Booker T and Sharmell, Rob Van Dam, Damian Priest, Gunther, and there's probably someone else that I'm forgetting. I think Teddy Long. Teddy Long was there, yeah. And it got me to thinking that there's a story that I would want to tell to bring Vickie Guerrero back into pro wrestling, back into the WWE. Now, before I do get into this, I do know, and I have seen on Twitter over the past few days, there is a lot of backlash with Vickie Guerrero, especially with stuff that's happened with her daughter. I understand that. This is purely for entertainment. I don't know the full story there, so I can't say I condone or am against what happened. I know peripherals of it, and if what people are accusing her is true, she's a horrible person. If not, maybe she's just misjudged. Just want to get that out of the way. So here's how I would bring Vickie back into the WWE. So we go to WWE's Raw premiere, and again, she's another guest that's shown in the crowd. Nothing's really thought about it. You know, it's just another luminary there for the premiere. Then we fast forward to the next week, and we see Drew McIntyre is being interviewed in the back. But in the distance, we could see Vickie Guerrero and Dominic Mysterio hugging and greeting each other. It's not brought up, it's not referenced. It's kind of one of those Easter eggs, which they've been doing a lot lately, foreshadowing face turns or returns or stuff of that nature. So you don't really think about it because as a fan, you know, okay, obviously there's a connection there. Dominic has the Eddie Guerrero stuff from when he was a young kid. Rey Mysterio and the Guerrero family are friendly, and I guarantee that Vickie and Dom are close. So it's not really thought about. So a couple weeks go by, and we see Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce is by his office, just gets done talking to a wrestler, and out of nowhere, Vickie walks in. We don't see what he's talking about with her. We just know that he's talking to Vickie Guerrero. Well, later on in the show, they catch up with Adam. They say, Adam, why was Vickie here? What was she doing? And he says, well, Vickie came, and she offered to be my assistant. She enjoyed what she's seen with Raw, and she thinks she can help me out. I'm going to give her a chance. She seems to be honest. She seems to be earnest. She's going to be my new assistant so she can help delegate some of the issues, especially with what we have with the Judgment Day running wild, with the Wyatt Six going crazy and doing whatever they want. We need all the help we could get. She has the experience. She has the authority to her. She's going to be my assistant. So for the next couple weeks, we see Vickie, and she's very much a face version of Vickie Guerrero. She seems to be making calls that go against Judgment Day, even though Dominic's with Judgment Day. She seems to be very much pro-faces, what she's there to do, helping out Adam Pearce control the company. And she really seems to be putting Liv Morgan into bad situations, having her defend her championship when she doesn't want to. Over the next couple weeks, we see a little bit of Dominic and Liv talking in the back, and Liv telling Dom, you know, this is a family friend, you gotta take care of her, you gotta get her convinced, she gotta stop messing with me. And Dominic says he's tried to talk to her, but Vickie thinks she's doing the right thing. There's no changing her mind. So now we're starting to see seeds of tension between Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan. And that especially weaves back into how they became a pairing. How Liv Morgan basically stole Dominic from Rhea Ripley. Any quote-unquote relationship that starts from dishonesty, you're gonna think that the other person's being dishonest with you, because that's how your relationship began. The next week on Raw, we see Adam Pearce is attacked in the back. He's laid out. It doesn't say who it was. Triple H is there. He tells Vickie, you know, we're going to take Adam Pearce to the hospital. For the meantime, until he gets better, you're in control. So she becomes a temporary GM while Adam Pearce is out. As with her power, again, she schedules Liv Morgan in a title match. This time, she's scheduled to face Shayna Baszler, and for the match, the Judgment Day is barred from ringside because the Judgment Day has helped Liv win her other matches. However, Vickie doesn't say anything about the Pure Fusion Collective, which is a terrible name, by the way. I think it would have been better as just Pure Fusion or Fusion Collective or something totally different. But Pure Fusion Collective, I don't know, I just don't like it. I don't like the name, I like the wrestlers. But anyway. During the match, Liv does lose to Shayna, basically from Zoe Starks and Sonya Deville getting involved. Of course they're going to, which gets her frustrated. That's how we end that Raw. So in the next episode, we have Liv in the ring. She's frustrated. Dominic's out with her. He's trying to calm her down. She insists that Vickie Guerrero come out and answer for why she put her in the situation, demanding a rematch, and this is where the story makes a turn. Vickie starts laughing in the way that only Vickie can. Liv is starting to get sympathy from the crowd because of this. She starts yelling, "Don't laugh at me, I'm serious, I want my championship back." Well, as she's standing there, she notices Dominic in the corner is laughing too. So she turns around confused, and when she turns, Vickie Guerrero smacks her, knocks Liv down. As Liv gets up, the Pure Fusion Collective jumps into the ring. They protect Vickie. So Dom calmly, quietly walks behind the Pure Fusion Collective, stand next to Vickie Guerrero. They start laughing again. He leaves with her. Thus we come full circle. Dom has yet again used another woman to get what he wanted, only to throw her away when another more powerful, more opportune woman comes along, someone that can help him more. And I'm not necessarily saying that this is going to be the cougar type relationship, because I don't think it would be. I think it would be more of a family type relationship than a cougar relationship. If we're going to go the cougar route, it'll probably be with someone like Carlito. As part of this, Judgment Day is siding with Dom that Liv is kicked out of the group. Their quest for power now includes Vickie Guerrero, who has found a way to cement herself as the new GM, and we find out the people that attacked Adam Pearce to get this into effect are the Judgment Day. So now we have a couple different storylines going forward. We have Vickie helping the Judgment Day, we have the Pure Fusion Collective, and Liv needing help with going up against them. Who does she turn to? Her biggest rivalry and one-time friend, the one person that can understand being screwed over for Dominic Mysterio before, Rhea Ripley. And Rhea, being a babyface, agrees to help her old friend, put the animosity behind them, help her with her fight against the Pure Fusion Collective. This way, Rhea could slot in to win the championship while Liv gets her revenge and goes on a babyface run, because I do think Liv will turn babyface. I mean, it's eventually going to happen. And eventually Dom's going to move away from her if he stays heel. And with this aligns Dominic Mysterio, probably the guy that gets the most heel heat in all of wrestling, with Vickie Guerrero, the woman that got more heat than almost anybody else in her era. All she would have to say is two little words and the crowd would go crazy. Can you imagine the level of booing with these two in the ring and her just going, "Excuse me," and then handing him the mic? You would not be able to hear anything. It would be insane. But basically that's the route I would go. That's how I would set everything up to bring her in. Let me know what you think. Do you like this idea? Do you think it's putting a hat on a hat? There's too much heat going in one direction? Do you think maybe Liv and Rhea will never make up? They'll be a feud forever? Although it is wrestling, we see this happen all the time. People have blood feuds and then reunite 2 weeks later. But yeah, let me know what you think down here in the comments. Did you like this idea? Did you not like this idea? Do you want to see Vickie Guerrero back in wrestling? Let me know what you think. With all that being said, my name is George Coles, and you're watching How I Would Have Booked.